Hey, Marie.
Hey, Kat.
So today we decided we're just going to let the cards decide what's the subject, right?
Yep.
What is it that we're needing to discuss today? Let's have a look. Ooh, we got the Page of Wands.
Hmm.
So, well, the Page of Wands is all about, I mean, wands are having to do with our creativity and our energy, our passion, and the pages are the youngest of the court cards, and so they have that curiosity and also maybe like a new something that a new passion maybe that's
Mm.
exciting us right now. Something that's kind of lurking and pointing its head out, but you're not really sure where it's going.
Mm. I love that because there's this newness and curiosity and kind of childlikeness. And I love her expression. She's so wild with her, choice of clothing. It's like,
Mm.
this is what I feel like being today, or or
Yeah.
at all times. So I love how at this point in time we're in springtime in the northern hemisphere, and it's just everything is about to express itself in nature, right? Everything is coming to full bloom. Everything is just like, yay, I get to be a flower again. I get to be, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
so how can we embrace that is what I'm feeling. How can we embrace to become something, try something, be something? Just see if there's something new that will fit us, something we haven't tried before.
I love that. How can, and also I think there's something about how can we let it be? I love your analogy with the flowers, that it's like, how can you just let it be,
Mm,
not control it? It's just there to be.
yep.
Um, okay, so we'll just pick a couple cards on how to, what's the question? What can help us do that?
Hmm. How to
What do
be something, find something new that will uh, t put our creativity in a certain direction or allow us to move into a new area.
okay.
What's the sign, maybe?
Yeah, what's a sign to help
Mhm.
us?
Hmm.
We have one card here. Let's see if, oh, two cards. There we go. So we have, ooh, oh my gosh, we have the world
Ooh,
and the Ten of Pentacles.
is that a dragon? Or
That
what?
is a dragon.
That is a dragon. Ooh, what
It's
could be
funny.
more curious than a dragon?
Yeah. It's so interesting too because, well, okay, so the world is about integration and cycles. And so it's about chapters beginning and chapters ending, but that it's just a continuous thing. And so to me, I think it's just that that's what creativity is also.
Hmm.
And to a certain extent, you were talking about all the flowers coming out now. It is just also like just that. It really seems springy,
Yeah,
these
it
cards.
really does.
Um, so
I
to
love,
me, I'm thinking,
yeah, go
oh
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No,
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 I
you
was just
go.
gonna say, I love how there's four different symbols in each corner also.
Yeah.
As if, are those,
In the traditional deck, they also have the four things
hmm,
on all the sides, and I know it means something, but I can't remember what it means.
okay.
But it means I could look it up right now if you wanted. It's
Because what
about
I'm reading is the four fixed signs of the zodiac. You have on the lower left, you have the Taurus. On the upper right, you have Scorpio, which also is the eagle. And then you have on the upper left, the water bear, Aquarius. And on the lower left, it's the lion, Leo.
that's probably exactly what it is. That's very, very, very probable.
So what I'm thinking is it's integrating all the fixed parts of your nature into what seems to be very flowy in the middle. I mean, there's kind of transparency and nakedness and this
Hmm.
veil that's kind of wrapped a little bit around her body, and then she has two. wands in her hands, maybe, as if she can create miracles within the
Mhm.
powers of all that is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, to me it's maybe just about so how it's about so our question was about creativity and diving in.
Mm,
So yeah, I like what you're saying about the fact that like we are the creators. Like we when we get to this, because this is the end, this is the last of all the major arcanas.
yeah,
And so it's almost like I don't know, but these days I'm really listening a lot and really resonating a lot with this idea that we are like time is not linear.
yeah.
So it's almost like our future self is already ourself too, to a
Mm,
certain extent. And so the integration that we can get, let's say,
yeah.
is already part of us. Like this is usually the end of a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when we start to feel it already, maybe when we're at this beginning creative phase, we already have a lot of the knowledge and the beauty and the creation from the end already integrated in this part. And that is why we start to have that call
Mm-hmm.
to do it, because in a way we already are here and we already are tasting it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe to also trust that at the beginning when we're
Yeah.
here and we feel like we don't have this integration or this knowledge or because this is all, they've kind of gone through the whole major arcana and has learned everything. It's the fool's
Mm,
journey.
mm,
And so, yeah, so to trust that or to trust that that you're more wise than you think when you're starting out
mm.
something.
Right, exactly. And also that you already you are following your wholeness that you already have. So so
Yeah.
it's kind of like that wholeness that's expressing, the sign for you is when you want to try something, when you're curious about something, it's leading you in that direction no matter where you go. So that
Yeah.
wholeness is pulling you as much as you're pulling on it to try to get there. It's almost like I know there's a quote by Rumi who's something similar to whatever you're seeking is seeking you. So
Mm.
you're in the
Yeah.
newness that you're in right now, just follow that next instinct and it'll lead you into that wholeness that you are and crave at the same time.
Yeah, I love that. That is a very the you what you're seeking is seeking you.
Mm,
And I love that because it's almost like you've already been there too. So there's a knowledge. There's like and I think it's really reassuring, especially when we're going on new adventures, is
mhm,
often it's like sometimes it can be frustrated when we're not there yet, let's say, and we're more at this beginning phase where we're starting out and we're curious and we don't really know where we're going. But I've been told that like what what the reason why you're attracted to it in the first place is because you've tasted it, and so you know you'll get there. And that's why there's so many things that we could be going after, but like for example, in my case, I'm not wanting to become, I don't know, like a bassoon player. I don't, there's no need, like I don't have that in me. Maybe because that's not something I'm going to do, but the other things that I'm wanting to do and starting to feel the passion and curiosity for is because somehow like they're meant for me too.
mm,
And so I find that that's reassuring.
mm. So the sign is within you, essentially, what we're searching for, right?
Yeah.
The sign
Yeah.
is within you, you don't have to look on the outside for anything. And that's where the dragon comes in, right? The dragon is protecting all of the treasures that are already within you. It's
That's true.
kind of like, but you need to be curious enough to dig around a little bit. It's kind of like
Hmm.
you shall not pass unless you're really, sure that this is the treasure that you want and you want to experience having all of it. Um,
It's a
I,
really funny card.
mm-hmm,
Because usually the Ten of Pentacles is like about like family and celebration and your legacy. This one seems almost Scroogey,
mm,
I don't know. Like maybe it's because I see the skull
okay.
or I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this. Whenever this card comes up in this deck, I'm like, huh, interesting. What is this? But I think I like your interpretation of
Mm,
like the treasures that are inside you, and it really rings with this.
mm-hmm.
Um, and so yeah, what is the signs?
Well, so the dragon is this mythical creature that, we have so many stories about children's stories, movies, they're really everywhere. And it's sort of like, okay, where did this come from? Where in our psyche did we decide that there were dragons,
Yeah,
around?
yeah.
Or and so it's this uncharted territory, I would say, in our minds. And so
Mm,
do we dare to go there and find that dragon who's guarding our very most special treasures that we are then meant
mm,
to find? And I think the
yeah.
dragon could also be, the dragon fire, it's like purifying, so what we experience now might be that there's some difficulties in our lives. There's this purification going on, or realization of different things. But once we go through that, there's all these treasures on the other side. So I really just see him hanging around there waiting for you to make
Um,
to be courageous enough to be like, hey, I want to take a look at that treasure you got there.
That's actually so interesting because I agree. When you said that, I had an idea too, which is maybe one of the signs is that it's a little scary because
Hmm.
in one of the signs is that you feel as if you're going to have to fight a dragon for it. And that can be scary, but it's also kind of exciting because it's part of your imagination. Again, it's that imaginating, and
Yep.
maybe this dragon's going to turn out to be a really nice friend, but it's
Hmm.
scary at the beginning. There's a
Hmm.
little bit.
Hmm.
Like I know that anything that's really meaningful to me that I'm working for has this little teeny bit of there's I don't want to say fear because I don't want to have fear in my life anymore,
Yeah.
but there's just kind of like exciting
Hmm.
and maybe tension there
Yeah, like it's
of
a
like
little bit
no,
too much. It's a little further than I actually dare, but I'm gonna do it
yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really deep. And so you
Hmm.
and it's true sometimes as we go through our things, we might have some challenges that we have to go through to in a way get to that treasure that's inside.
Hmm.
It's already inside us though.
Mm.
As we were saying, it's already there.
Yeah,
So,
it really is. I love those two cards together because they're telling such a beautiful story,
mm,
you
they
know.
really are.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
could end with the message of love
Yep.
for us to have the courage to fight the dragon and go for it.
Or befriend the dragon, I know a lot of our
Befriend.
stories are like, fighting the dragon, but make friends with your dragon, your inner
I
dragon.
agree. I much prefer that idea. I
Mm.
love that. I agree with you. Let's not fight this dragon. Let's make him our friend. And
Mm-hmm.
let's have fun. Let's be Puff the Magic Dragon and
Exactly.
go back with our imagination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think about the children's movie, How to Train a Dragon, when
Yeah.
they start out being at war with each other, but then they actually become, very much
Yeah.
friends. It's beautiful.
I actually think that's really interesting because I actually think that's also a really good metaphor about what we do when we go after our dreams. Because in a way, we also confront parts of ourselves that maybe we don't like at the beginning and that we feel we have to fight.
Yeah.
But when we start befriending those parts of ourselves, even the parts of ourselves that scare us or that we don't like, that are embarrassing, when we become friends with the dragon inside of us and we see that he's a sweet little, part of ourselves that actually just needs love and not fighting,
Mm-hmm.
then we can get to that pure gold that is us
Ooh,
because because
how,
we into because we integrate it all into a whole.
yeah. How beautiful
Yeah.
you put that. Thank you.
No, well, you made me remember that with let's befriend our dragon.
Yeah.
Let's not fight it.
Yeah.
And so for the message of love, interesting, another pentacle.
Hmm.
We got the Ace of Pentacles.
Mm. I
And
love
so
it.
for
It's like a gift from eternity. There's this hand coming out through the clouds, and it's just like,
yeah,
here you go. And it's just giving you this strange thing that you don't even know what it is, but it probably has wonderful meaning for you. I love
yeah.
that.
And it's also interesting because I feel like it's both like taking these two cards together. And
Mm.
it's almost like because it has the flowers and the pentacles. And I feel like it's also about remembering to that like every all this starts with one. It starts with your curiosity. It starts
Mm-hmm.
small in a way, and to trust that.
Mm-hmm.
To trust that like the accumulation of all these things that then becomes this amazing flower garden comes first by, a little bit of flowers and a little bit of one pentacle that then can like multiply into this beautiful, you know, treasure of pentacles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it.
Yay. I love that. Thank you so much. I hope everybody
Thank
enjoyed it
you,
as
Marie.
much as we do.
I hope so. I got a lot of insight
Yeah, me
myself.
too. Me too. All right.
I'm going to start, not taming the dragon, but befriending. I like that term you use.
Hmm.
Befriend, but I'm going to befriend my dragon.
Yeah,
So,
me too. Sounds like a plan. Okay.
all right. Well,
Until
thank you so
next
much.
time.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.